Madhya, please turn on your camera. Okay. So we have this today. Okay. Madhya, are you there? Should I text to your parents that you are not responding, Madhya? Okay. Yes, here the first question for from uh, just Jobita. Answer the first question.
Binary fission.
Binary fusion. Okay. And you, Jocelyn? What's the answer for the second part? Plenary reproduced by?
Regeneration.
Regeneration. Yes, Ammar. By which method does plenary reproduce? You know?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, the question that by which method? Question number one. Answer question number one.
Question number one. The first one is for the first one, amoeba. It's binary fission. For second one, second one, I'm not sure.
Okay, Madhya, answer the first question.
Binary fission.
And the second one,
Fragmentation.
fragmentation. Yes, the correct answer is for planaria, we have regeneration, which is given correct answer by Jesslyn and Jobita. And Amar gave the first is this one, and Madhya gave fragmentation. Fragmentation is done by spirogyra, in which there is a repetition of same body patterns after a regular interval of time. Okay. Okay. Next. Yes, Madhya, answer the question number two. State what type of method is used for growing jasmine plants.
Layering.
Layering. Your camera is not working. Is your camera is not working, Madhya?
Yes, sir, because I'm on a different device today.
How can I like whether you are not whether you are answering honestly? Have you not copied on? Hmm? Oral test means that your camera should be open, na? Otherwise, there is Google. You can easily Google each and everything. Okay, so Madhya, next question from you. Uh, okay, Jesslyn, answer the question number two.
For jasmine plant, layering is used.
Layering is used, and layering is a type of.
It's a method where the branches are grown in the soil, but it is still attached to the main plant, and it develops the roots. And then after it is developed, it is detached from the main plant, and it grows independently.
Very good, very good. So the question is, yes, Jobita, what is the answer for the question? What is the effect of DNA copying if DNA is not perfectly accurate? What is the effect of DNA copying which is not perfectly accurate on reproduction process?
I, I
What is it?
I forgot.
You forgot. Okay. Yes, you. Amar, can you answer this question? What is the effect of DNA copying which is not perfectly accurate on reproduction process? Question number 3. Can you answer, Amar?
Yeah. So like I can't understand what the question is asking. So like can you explain the question once?
Question number 3 in front of your screen. Question number 3.
Yes, it's about like one second.
Are you having your fan on right now, Amar?
Yes,
It
yes,
seems that a wind
AC.
is blowing over your mic.
One second, sir.
Yes, Madiya. What's the answer for the question number 3?
I don't know.
You don't know. Yes. Jaslin, what's the answer for question number 3?
Sir, in DNA copying, sometimes it is not perfectly accurate because in reproduction process the variations can occur, and in this variations it is essential for the survival of
Can you hear me now?
species.
Yes, I can. Okay. Yes. Yes, Amar. What's the answer for question number 3?
So the effect of DNA copying in it is not. Mm, such big. Yeah, it's because because
Okay.
so like I don't know this one.
You don't know this one. Okay,
Like
Jaslin,
I'm not sure.
you tried well. So here the answer for this question is that whenever DNA is being copied by you know that DNA copying take place due to by various biochemical process that is taking place inside the cells. So whenever a DNA is being copied, it is not exactly 100% accurate and the same. It is always having some difference in the original and the copied DNA. So whenever it is saying that what is the effect of DNA copying, which is not accurate, which is not 100% accurate. So it results in variations. It results in changes among the species that we see. They change among the different kinds of individuals. Okay, so due to that, we can simply say that what is the effect of this
Is
one?
it because
The first of all, it gives
so is it
very
because like because there are two different parents like is
yeah. First of
what
all, is that yeah, but in asexual method of reproduction also, where the single parent is involved, the original the parent we can say that the organism is not 100% accurate and exact the original parents. No, it
so
might have
I only had for sexual reproduction. So
yeah in but we can say the more variation is in sexual method of reproduction because half 50% DNA is involved of male parent, 50% DNA is involved of female parent. So that's why is more variation is there. But we can simply say that variation should be there. If DNA is copied, it is not accurate. It will be not be accurate, 100% accurate.
yes, asexual what asexual reproduction method.
Yes, in asexual method of reproduction, DNA is copied by means in both whether it is asexual or whether it is sexual, DNA copying take place by biochemical reactions. Biochemical
So
reactions.
so each time there is different biochemical reactions for the
Yeah,
parents.
yeah. We cannot have every time the same configurations in our body. We can have more protein, we can have less protein, we can have different temperatures. Okay, there can be more water supply, more water content in the body. So there cannot be every time. So we are not going to have the same conditions for the biochemical reactions. So there is always a difference in biochemical reactions taking place inside the body. So the copied DNA, this is original DNA, original, and this is the copied. The copied DNA is always going to be slightly differ. We can say that more difference will be there in the asexual method, sorry, sexual method of reproduction. But in asexual method of reproduction, this is very, very less. And the variation will be, or the change will be very, very less. But there will be. We cannot say that there will be no change. There will be change. We can say that if we see them, the two organisms will look identical. They seem us that they are identical, but it does not mean they are 100% identical. There must be some changes. There might be some change in the color, size, or something. There must be some change. Okay. So we will say that the copied DNA is not exact and accurate, the original one, and this result in variation, and gives which gives survival advantage, which give survival advantage, and moreover, it also give the individuality of every person. Individuality means, Jovita, what are you doing? Are you writing something?
No, sir, I just was studying.
We're studying. Okay. And whatever the second one is, it gives individuality to every organism, means that we are just individual or identity of an every person. For example, Jobita and Jaslyn, Madhya are different from each other. They can be easily differentiated. So we can say that this because of the DNA copying, difference in the DNA copying, okay, of parents. So we'll say that we are just different from each other
They're,
just because of the DNA
they're
copies.
different in genes.
Yeah, and if there is if the same DNA copying will take place, then we will look all similar to each other. So this is because that, so this gives individuality or the identification, or we can say that for every person it gives the identity. Okay, you understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, what is cross pollination? Yes, Radhika need to answer the question. What is cross pollination? Madhya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What is cross pollination? Don't know?
No, sir.
Yes, yes, Ammar, what is cross pollination? Ammar, what is cross pollination?
So, so you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Left of God's time. Cross pollination is it's when like
Don't know.
seeds from uh, seeds from the male. Uh, Sorry, I can't.
Okay, yes, you. Jaslyn. Okay, just
Sir, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you, Jaslyn.
Cross pollination is when the pollen grains of the anther of a different flower falls on the stigma of a different flower.
Yes, the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower. Yes, you, Jobita. It is mentioned, man. The cross pollination mean should be the transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of the same plant or the different plant. Should it be same plants?
Different plant?
It should be different plants.
The same plant. Self pollination is same plant, right?
In cell pollination, say in cell pollination, we are going to have
Same plant.
same plant.
Yeah,
Uh,
sir. Is it like cross pollination is when like pollen from one flower goes to another flower of the similar type of flower.
Yeah, no. The transformation of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of different plant.
Okay.
Plants
Different
and
plant.
flower of different plants.
Different plants.
Yes, plant should be different. Yes, you Jocelyn, correct yourself that it should be different plants. Okay. If it is
Okay.
self plant, there are two cases. Let me explain you that there are two cases. If suppose this is a plant A and it is okay, and if it is male flower, it is female flower. If it is being transferred from male to female, okay, this is self pollination. Self pollination. Okay. And if we have a bisexual flower, okay, like we have bisexual flower, and if the anther is transferred from this to this is also a self-pollination. This is also a self-pollination. Okay. So this is also a self-pollination. Self-pollination means that the plant is not changing, then it is self-pollination. If the plant is changed, if it A plant, okay. If this is A plant, it is B plant. If from here to here it is being transferred, then it is cross-pollination. You understood? Cross-pollination. Next question. Yes, you. Uh, yes, Madhya, give two examples of the organism which reproduce by spore formation. Madhya, are you there in the class? Madhya. Yes, you, Jaslyn.
Sir, I'm not sure. It's done by fungi like rhizophus.
Another.
Um, mushrooms.
Mushroom is also a fungus. Yes, you, Jovita. Can you answer the two organisms?
Rhizopus and
Rhizopus and
hyphae.
Rhizopus and hyphae. Oh, hyphae is a part of Rhizopus. No. Responding. So, yes, you, Jovita. One is bacteria, another one is
Rhizopus.
Rhizopus. Very good. So we have bacteria and Rhizopus are the two organisms that reproduce by spore formations. Okay. Yes. Can you tell me the name of this one, Madhya? Can you tell me the name of this part? This is the bread mode. Okay, and this is the thread-like structures. Okay, in which the spore formation is taking place. So what is the name given to this thread-like structure? Unmute yourself first. Yes.
Hypo.
Hyphae. Okay. Now check correct in your copy that from where you are saying hyphae. Okay. Hyphae. And what is the name to this one?
Spores.
No, this bulb-like structure.
Sponges. Something.
What is the name, Jobita? What is the name given to this one?
Sporangia.
Sporangium. Sporangium. Okay. So, can you tell me that under what conditions the spore formations take place? Yes, you, Amar. Can you tell me that under what condition the spore formations take place?
Like in cold and humid places.
Spore formation, not in humans. It takes place in fungi and bacteria. Can you tell me?
So, like, can you repeat the question?
Yes, under what conditions does the spore
So can you
formation
repeat?
yeah, I'm repeating. Under what condition does the spore formations takes place? Okay, Mark, give me the examples of the organism that reproduce by multiple fission. Give me the example of an organism that reproduce by multiple fission.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
Asking that give me the example of the organism that reproduce by uh, by multiple fission. By multiple fission. Yes, you, Madhya. Madhya, don't look at this. Okay. Just tell me. Give me the example of the organism that reproduce by multiple fission. By multiple fission. Example of the organism. Don't know. It's very simple. Very common. Yes, you, Ridwan, turn on your camera.
Sir, may I rejoin?
Yeah, you can rejoin if you wish.
Thank you, sir.
Plasmodium.
Yes, it is Plasmodium. It's Plasmodium. So who gave this answer? Plasmodium, who said? You, Jobita.
No, sir, I didn't say.
Who said Plasmodium?
Joanne.
You, Jaslyn.
No, sir, Madhya has the answer.
Madhya gave the answer.
Yes, sir.
Madhya, which is that organism that reproduce by multiple fusion?
Plasmodium.
And give two examples of the organism that reproduce by binary fission. By binary fission. Are you having your copy anything on your desk that you, when I just look at the camera, okay? Just don't think don't, if you turn your eyes like this way, this, I think that you are just doing, okay? So instantly answer those questions. Name the two organisms that reproduce by binary fission. One is amoeba. Give the another one. Turn on your, unmute yourself first.
Leishmania.
Leishmania. Yes, Leishmania is correct. Leishmania and you can say that Leishmania, which is called as a or paramecium also. Okay, paramecium also reproduced by binary fission. Good. Next question. Yes. Advanced question. Join Ridwan. Ridwan, you there? Okay, here the next question for you is, what is vegetative propagation? Jobita, what is vegetative propagation? Turn on your camera first. Sorry, camera, not mic.
Sir, can I say last?
What can I say? What?
Like after 2, 3 students, can I say?
So that you may know the answer. Wow.
No, sir, I'm trying to remember it.
No. You need to. If your turn is there, then you need to answer. Otherwise, you will get a cross mark over it. Do you know the answer? What is vegetative propagation?
Sir, forgot.
You forgot. Yes, Ridwan, turn on your camera. You will not be going to give any special something. Turn on your camera. Test is going on.
We can't turn on my camera.
No. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to sit in the class. Everyone need to turn on your camera.
Okay.
So
So
that
the focus mode is on, right?
yeah, focus mode is on.
Okay, noise.
Okay. Yes, Madhya, do you know what is vegetative propagation? This is very simple.
Yes, growing of a new plant from vegetative parts of a parent plant.
Vegetative parts. And give two examples of vegetative part of the plant. Give two examples of vegetative parts.
Root and stem.
Root and stems. Okay. Yes. You. Jaslin, uh, may I know that what are the advantages of practicing this vegetative propagation?
Many plants are obtained in less time, and also there is propagation of seed plants. Yeah, there's
Seedle-
seedless plants.
yes, seedless plants can be grown by this method. Predominantly can be grown by this method. Ridwan, you need to give an appointment. You need an appointment. Ridwan, turn on your camera.
Just save me alive.
Sir,
Yes.
like in vegetative propagation, okay, like a fragment of a plant, sorry, a fragment of a plant, uh, like the parent plant, it grows another like not offspring, right? Like that. So, like, can you also say that the parent plant like won't die because of the because of the fragmentation?
No, this is not the correct. Vegetative propagation is an asexual method of reproduction in which we use the vegetative part, not their reproductive part. What is the reproductive part of the plant? Flower, seed,
Flower.
seeds. So if we are not using seed, flower, we are using stem, leaves. Okay, like bryophyllum is a
Uh,
plant which we if that has leaves, and if we bury that leaves into the soil, then it is capable of giving new plants. Okay, giving new plants. So this leaf is capable of reproducing. Okay, if you cut the stem of lemon, sorry, root of lemon, and if you bury it under the soil, then it will gives you new plants. Ginger, ginger is a modified stem. If you bury ginger into the soil, it will gives you new plant. Okay, so there are so many examples that we have studied. The vegetative propagation is a method of asexual method of reproduction in which we can grow new plants by using their vegetative parts. And what is the advantage of this of this method of practicing? That the first of all is that if we want the plants of same characteristics, because in sexual method of reproduction, the two parents are involved. One parent, one male parents, one female parents. When two plants are involved, so the new plant which is being grown or which is being reproduced is going to have the characteristics 50% characteristics for the male parent and 50% characteristics for the female parents. So the new plant is going to have the both the characteristics. But if our plants already have a very good characteristics and we don't want to change their characteristics, if it bear very good quality of fruits, if it can withstand with high with low or small availability of water with high temperature, it is not easily get diseased. So we can say that if it is already having very good characteristics and we want more copies of that plants, we want more thousands of copies of that plants, we want the whole garden of that plants, the same characteristics. So what we do, we will do the vegetative propagation for this one. So vegetative propagation is used for getting the same characteristics of the plants, same characteristics plants. And second one is if there is seedless plants, means if there is some plants that do not bear seed, like sugar cane, like seedless grapes. So how can we grow them if they are not bearing seeds? So we can reproduce them by using vegetative propagation. Okay. So and these are cheap and faster method of growing plants. I mean, this is the fastest method of growing plants. You understood, everybody? Yes, Ridwan.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what is regeneration?
Regeneration.
so it's
That
when
cutting,
it's when the last part.
cutting and
What are you saying?
cutting
Yes.
and cell and the divided cells. What is it? Regenerate. Regrows.
What you said is not the way of answering the question. Correct it. What is regeneration? Is it a type of, what is it actually? Have you prepared for the test? Say no.
Yes.
Yeah, you prepared.
Yeah,
Okay, very good.
it's not a reproduction part of
So
reproduction.
regeneration can occur in both plants and animals, right?
Yeah, it can. Regeneration means it is a remarkable property that is being showed by only animals. Generally, plants also show the regeneration. If you cut the stem, it will be regrow. So in plants, we cannot say that regeneration is taking place, because if you cut a branch, a new branch will appear from there. So regeneration. But if I'm talking about that one is regeneration is in animals. Okay, so I'm talking about in animals only. Okay, So regeneration. Okay, Ridwan, can you give me the examples of an animals that or an organism that reproduce by regeneration?
Uh, for cells, it's planaria, and for like starfish, sorry, for animals, it's like starfish, right?
Planaria. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell
What
me?
is this? What is okay?
Okay. So Jobita, can you tell me whether the regeneration is a type of asexual method of reproduction or not?
Yes, yes,
Yes, it is an asexual method of reproduction.
yes.
Okay. Yes, Madhya, are you there? Madhya.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Can you tell me that regeneration is an asexual method of reproduction?
Sir, can you repeat?
Means, can you say? I'm saying that regeneration is not an asexual method of reproduction. Why? Regeneration is not an asexual method of reproduction. Why?
Uh, can I say so?
No.
Okay.
No, Madhya.
No, sir.
Okay, you, Jaslyn.
In regeneration, it's not considered as a reproduction, asexual reproduction, because it doesn't give rise to a completely new individual. It just regenerates a certain body part.
No.
Basically,
If you
it doesn't give basically it doesn't give an offspring, so it can't be considered reproduction.
Sir, because it doesn't relies on cutting down itself.
yes, it is the main because regeneration is a developmental process. In NCRT, it is being written, and I have mentioned you in the in we have just written this answer in your copy in your notebook also that regeneration is a developmental process. Regeneration is a developmental process in which the new organism is reproduced by cutting simple primitive organism like planaria. If you cut it into two or three parts, the every part can regenerate it. Their forgotten parts or the removed part or the cut part. Okay, if you cut the planet into two or three parts, then each part can grow its cutted part. Okay, cut part. And why it is considered to be why it is not considered to be as an asexual method of reproduction? Just because in asexual method of reproduction, organism does not depends on other organism to reproduce. Means generally in binary fission, the organism divide into two halves. Okay, in spore formation, it is dividing itself. Now it is forming a new organism by itself. It need not to depends on us. But in regeneration, the planet need to be being cut, and we need to cut it. So there is a third party dependence, second party dependency. Okay. So we'll say that since in regeneration, the organism need to be depends on other organism to being cut in order to reproduce. And moreover, no organism will like to prefer to being cut in order to reproduce. कोई भी organism नहीं चाहेगा that it need to be cut to in order to reproduce. Understood? That's why we'll say that regeneration is not a sexual method of reproduction. It is a developmental process. Understood, Jobita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's a question. Give reason why more complex organism cannot give rise to. Yes, Ridwan, your answer. Why more complex organism cannot give rise to new individual through by this method?
Uh, because the complex organisms are complex. So
Because
because in the complex organisms, there are many complex process and like many combination of many cells. So it can't give like by regeneration.
yes, Amar, can you give the answer? Hey, Jobita, don't look at the copy, okay? Look
Yes,
at the screen.
yeah.
Again, you are looking. Just don't look on the screen. You're giving the test. Yes, Amar, turn on the camera. Okay, you can
Yeah.
leave. Yeah, yes, tell me the answer.
Um. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's due to In simple organisms, it is possible because they do not have they do not have complex like nerves or anything like that. It's simply that. But in the other complex organisms,
Yes, Madhya, can you answer the question?
Sir, I don't know this one.
Yes, Jobita. Don't know. Jaslyn?
Sir, I'm not sure. Because in a multicellular organism, they have a more detailed system, and it is difficult to give rise to new individuals like this. So I'm not sure.
Okay, just listen to me, everybody. That in more complex organism, there are stem cells. Sorry, in simple primitive organism, they have stem cells. What are the stem cells? Let me explain you. What are stem cells? Stem cells are those cells that are produced at the very first stage of the when the organism are being reproduced. Hey, Madhya, just look at this screen. So, for example, if you are having in the fallopian tubes, if the male and female gametophyte uh, reproduce together, okay, fuse together, then it form a zygote, okay, and when it form a zygote, it form a big mass of cells, a cluster of cells, and these cells are uh, these cells are means they are in at their initial stages. They are just copying each other, and they are at their initial stages. Okay, are you getting my voice?
So can you repeat? You lagged just now.
Okay. I'm saying that if we are having okay, so if we are having, for example, the initial stages, for example, if this is ovum fuses with the sperm, then it gives rise to a zygote. This zygote is going to have all informations of what that which part is going to further differentiate, which is going to form kidney, which is going to form cardiac cell, which is going to have. So initial stages, these cells are called stem cells. Okay, for suppose if this one of the cell start, uh, for example, you know that in the when this is being planted in the uterus, just look, concentrate here, Jobita, and you, Ammar, turn on your camera. Why I have put your. So when this is being transferred to uterus, okay, when this is being transferred to the uterus, so here after the 5th day of implantation, this is being transferred, and when it is being transferred, then the further regeneration process starts. Okay, further regeneration process or further growth is being started here. Okay, but if suppose a copy of this one is get separated and they get started growing there separately, then we're going to have the case of twins, because these initial cells are going to have the same, means they know that which part is going to and how they are being differentiated. They know each and every part. Okay, they know each and every part, because these cells are primitive at that, and they are very at the small stages. Okay, but when a whole body is being designed, like our now our body, now the cardiac cells don't have the information how to make the kidney cells. Nephrons don't have the information to make the neurons. So we have cell differentiated, and every cell have its particular functions. So if I'm talking about the more complex organism, so in more complex organism, these cells are differentiated, and they are not going to have the stem cells. They don't have the stem cells. Okay, and since we don't have the stem cells, so if our body is being cut, then our broken part cannot regenerate, because they don't have the information of the other parts. Okay, so for example, if a person accidentally cut his hand, so this hand cannot be regenerated because it don't have the information of regenerating. Okay, don't say that nails, if you cut it, nails are continuously being grown. If you cut them, they are continuously grown. They are keep on growing. Okay. It is not a, they are keep on growing process. If you cut the hairs, it does not mean they will regrow. They are keep on growing process. If you don't cut it, they will keep on growing permanently. Okay. But if you remove your teeth, it will not grow because it is one time. Okay. So this is, we will simply say here that the broken part or the removed part is not regenerating because our cells don't have the information of the other body designs. Okay. So we will simply say here that regeneration is not a, in more complex organism cannot reproduce by this method, just because in more complex organism, there are vital organs present at different places. And these vital organs don't have the capability to reproduce or to regenerate the other body part because they don't have the stem cells. Okay. In the initial stages, for example, when the zygote fuses, fertilization occurs in the zygote, the first cell bud is formed, that is called zygote, and then it is being copied. Now, if this cell is being transferred to some other uterus, okay, the womb of some other females, okay, then this zygote will give rise to new organism of the same kinds. If this is being transferred to 2 or 3 females, then we're going to have the same copy of the same individual. They will have 2 or 3 same, exactly same. Most of them are going to have same appearance. Okay. So because in this stage, they are going to have, each cell is going to have every information that how, because this is not differentiated much. Okay. So in the initial stage, if it is being transferred, then it's okay. But in primitive, like planaria, like in if I'm talking about in planaria, in coelenterate, they are very simple and primitive organisms. They don't have the complex body designs like we have. Like they don't have kidney, they don't have heart, they don't have circulatory system, they don't have brains, they don't have nerve cells. So they are very simple primitive organisms. If you cut them, they can regenerate. But regeneration is a developmental process. It is not an asexual method of reproduction. Why? Because in that type of reproduction or that type of method, the organism need to depends on other organism in order to reproduce. Okay, understood?
Yes.
Everybody? Nadia, understood? Amar? Okay. So let's move further.
Sir,
Yes.
so when we are going to finish the biology portion?
We are just remaining 1 chapters and it will take 3 more classes.
3 more. So actually, I got my pre-board date, so that's fine.
We're going to finish. It will take 3 more classes. Because test is very important. Okay. So if I can see your performance, how you are performing right now. So what is that? Can you give me the disadvantage of asexual method of reproduction? Yes. Anybody? Yes, Ridwan.
In asexual reproduction, the copy, the offspring is the total copy of the parent cell. So if there is a new disease or a new problem, they will soon die, unlike sexual reproduction,
Why?
because they won't be in sexual reproduction. 2 parents are dead. So to fight different to fight different diseases, but in asexual it's just the total copy of the parent cell.
One
Right.
word that is being rated, that is not an appropriate answer. You try to explain, but it is not that we are just sexually reproducing just because we need to fight with some pathogens or some bacteria that is going to enter in our body. Otherwise, we're not going to. So there are many other organisms that reproduce by asexual, so they can have. Yes, Madhya, can you answer this question? What is one disadvantage of asexual method of reproduction? Disadvantage.
Lack of diversity.
Lack of.
And diversity.
What does this means?
I don't.
You don't know. I asked the same question to the student of the previous batch, and he gave me the same answer, lack of diversity. So is it from internet or exactly same word, lack of diversity only? So do you search it? Or it is your answers? Let me search it on internet. Let me check whether the answer is correct or not. Internet is here also. So disadvantage of asexual method of reproduction, whether the same answer is lack of diversity. So let me check it. I'm not using this one. Wait a minute.
Sir, in like
Yeah, you
sexual
have.
reproduction.
No. Yeah.
Let me just clarify sexual
Madhya?
reproduction.
Yeah, here
Both
it
of
is.
oh,
Madhya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So lack of diversity is here. And it is written in bolds. That's why internet kills. The teacher are more smarter than you, okay? So don't think that you can make. Okay. So yes, you were saying it once. You were saying something.
yes, in sexual reproduction, there are more chances of the offspring being more healthy, because both of the they are like experience of the both they have they get the genetics of both of the parents, like
Okay.
fighting of other
If there
diseases.
are two, if they are the very skinny parents, means one is one mother is also very skinny and the father is also very skinny, and except let's say the one father is suffering from cancer and the mother is suffering from diabetes, and they are just going to have their offspring. So will that is offspring going to be have the same disease?
They shouldn't have an offspring if they have a disease.
Madhya, turn on your camera. Why are you not participating in the class? This is very interesting. So, if, so according to you, they are not going to have the kids, huh? Because they are suffering from cancer and other diabetes. So the
Yes, they
offspring
must be
born.
healthy, sir.
Oh, no.
So what he said was correct.
No. Actually, the offspring may be healthy, and more the chances that he must be healthy because the cancer has cancerous cells. Cancerous. The cancerous cells are the cells. We can say that these are the cells that are not participating in the process of reproduction. They don't participate in the process of reproduction. Okay, because productive. Wait a minute, I'm coming back. Okay, so what I'm saying here is that if I'm talking about the reproductive cells, the reproductive cells are the sperm and the ovum. If the sperm and the ovum are getting defected, then the offspring will be unhealthy. It may have, he or she may have some defects. But if a person is going to have some disease in lungs, in cardiac, or some means in brains or any tumor or anything, the baby will be healthy. Why? Because these are the stem cells. These are sorry, these are not the reproductive cells. These are the somatic cells. And in the somatic cells, if the variations is taking place, if there changes is taking place, they don't participate. It does not mean if a girl is going to marry with a very healthy bodybuilder person, then their kids is going to be very bodybuilder person, and no need to join the no need to join the gym, and they will be having bouncer everywhere, security. Eh? It is not so. It is not so. Okay, because weightlifting changes the somatic cells of the body, like the muscle cells are the somatic cells. Okay, they are not participating in the process of reproduction. So only those cells that are participating in the process of reproduction, if their changes are taking place in that one, then we're going to have. Okay, now you understood. Madhya, are you there in the class? Why are you not turning your camera? It's okay, beta. It's
Yes,
okay. It's okay. So let's what was the question? The question was, what was the question?
Disadvantage of asexual reproduction.
Yes, disadvantage of asexual reproduction is that whenever an organism is going to reproduce with the asexual reproduction, then the variation is very less. Is the chances of variation is very less. The organism is not going to means every time it is going to have the same body design, same structure, same everything, almost same. So the changes is very slow. So if there is some drastic changes occurs in the environment, for example, if a bacteria used to live in a very cold water environment, and so for example, if there is some changes in the temperature occurs, and then the temperature become hot of that region, the temperature increases of that region, then the bacteria will not be able to survive in that environment because it is reproducing with asexual method of reproduction. It is not able to change itself according to the changing environment. For example, I'm going to give you the example of beetles. For example, if there is beetles, and if they are reproducing by asexual method of reproduction, and they are red beetles, they will be always going to have the red color. But if they are sexually reproducing, then the variation, there is a changes will taking place. So if suddenly, if suppose a red beetle due to change in DNA get the green color, from the red it get the green color. So green color will help it to hide itself from the predator, from the crow that can eat. So it can hide itself in the plants. Okay. So this green color is providing the camouflage advantage, which is further and providing it the survival advantage. So since the variation is taking place, it provides you this survival advantage, and survival advantage is more the variation, more will be the survival advantage, and more variation take place in sexual method of reproduction. Now you understood, Jobita? You understood? Madhya, you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever an organism is reproducing by asexual method of reproduction, then the variation is very less. So the chances of chances of survival is less. But if an organism is reproducing by sexual method of reproduction, then the variation will be more and the chances of survival will be more. You understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question here. What we are searching here is, okay. What is plumule? Yes, you, Madhya, what is plumule and radical?
I don't know.
You have not prepared. Okay. Yes, you read one. What is plumule?
I don't remember.
Yes, you, Jobita, what is plumule?
The part which grows inside the embryo is called plumule.
Jobita, you have not prepared. Say that you have not prepared for the test. This is the way. Yes, you. I'm not going to finish the syllabus unless and until otherwise you need to prepare every test properly. That's why I will move forward. What is the way of, what's the benefit of teaching? If I have completed whole the syllabus and you don't know anything? Yes, you, Jaslyn, do you know?
Sir, sir, I got.
No, you got, you can.
Sir, only
You
one,
look,
sir.
you look at the screen.
No, I
Nah.
didn't look. No, sir, I didn't.
I was just watching you. You were just looking like this way. And
Sir,
you were...
I always do like that only when I'm not getting
Okay,
answer.
okay. I'm just going to ask the same questions. Okay. What happens? Okay, just tell me, Jovita. Yes, answer. What is plumule? What is plumule? Tell me. Unmute yourself first.
The part of the embryo which
Which grow?
which grows in the shoot is called plumule.
Yeah. Yes, the part, not the embryo, the part of the seed or embryo. You can which is the future shoot. Okay, future shoot. Okay, and what is radical? Yes, you, Jaslyn. What is radical? What is radical?
It's a part of the seed that
Radical is the future root. R for root, R for radical. Okay. Yes, tell
okay.
me. What is fertilization?
It is when the male gamete and female gamete fuses.
Yes. Okay. Here is the question number 14. I was just explaining you sings along. Yes, who in the class can explain me better? The question number 14. How does variation lead to survival advantage over a species of population? Okay, you need to answer this question. I was just explaining you with the example you need to explain. Yes, Ammar.
I don't know. So I don't know example, but like
Do you want to answer this question, Ammar?
yes, sir, but I don't know example. Like different species so on produce new variations of organisms. Sometimes they gain immunity to what certain diseases that could have been fatal for them. Like
Simple, you need to answer that. The yes, Madhya, can you answer this question? Question number 14. I was just explaining you. Madhya, are you there? Last question. This is the last question. Madhya. Madhya,
Yes, sir.
turn on your camera. Can you answer question number 14?
No, sir.
I was just explaining you this one. How does variation lead to the survival of a species over the time? Because variation lead to change among the individuals, which gives survival advantage. For examples, you can give the example of beetles. When the beetles reproduce, okay, then it, which is, for example, there are red beetles, and due to variations, it becomes of green colors. And this green colors is providing its camouflage advantage, which is hiding itself from the predators, which can eat it. Okay, so this this change from red to green color is called variation, change. And this change is helping this organism to survive from their predators, from their, okay. So this was, I was explaining you this one. Last 15 question, answer the question. Why bryophyllums fall on the grounds produce no new plants, whereas the leaves jasmine do not? Yes, Jobita. At least answer question number 15. Question number 15. This is very simple. Try to answer it. Speak at least. If a leaf of bryophyllum falls on, wait a minute. If a leaves of bryophyllum falls on a sand, or if it is buried, it gives you, right. It will gives you new plant. But if a leaves of jasmine is buried under the soil, it will not give you any plants. What does it means? Why?
So I don't know the answer.
Ridwan, you?
So in that bryophyllum plant leaves, they have that thing, buds. They have buds. So when they fall in the ground, they grow a new plant. Whereas jasmine leaves does not contain the buds, so they do nothing.
Yeah. Because they don't have notches. Like bryophyllums have notches, which when buried under the soil, it gives adventitious roots, which can give rise to new plants. But if jasmine do not have notches, jasmine leaves do not have such notches, or we can say that not every part of every plant is vegetatively active. The leaves of bryophyllum is vegetatively active, it can give rise to new plants, whereas jasmine's leaf is not vegetatively active, it cannot give the new plants. Jasmine's leaves don't have notches, while the bryophyllum leaves have notches, which when buried under soil, it can give you rise to new plants. While the other, you understood? Jasmine, oh sorry, Madhya, Jaslin and Ammar, everybody, Jovita?
Yes.
So what is my advice today is that you are not preparing well. I'm not going to show you marks. So your marks is very poor. So for the next time, I'm not going to send your marks to your parents right now. Okay. But in the next class, I'm requesting you that I'm going to take the test of the of metals and non-metal. Prepare it well. Okay. Practice the NCRT and NCRT exemplar questions. I'm going to send you this assignment and the notes of the notes of this chapter. of the whole biology, okay? Whole chemistry, whole physics, I'm sending you the notes. Okay, so prepare from my notes. Okay, if you are preparing from my notes, then you're going to get every question being cleared. There is no any such question in being asked in the examination that you cannot answer if you have prepared my notes. There is
So
no such.
when is the exam?
Exam,
Oral test.
oral test will be on Tuesday in the next chemistry class.
Sir, like my
Chapter is metals and non-metals only.
so my exams are starting tomorrow.
Your exams are starting, so what's you need to prepare for the exam now? Just prepare it for the test. Just prepare tomorrow and just revise an hour before. Prepare the whole test tomorrow, whole chapter tomorrow, and just give a 5-minute revision before the class when class is going to start. Okay. Amar,
Okay.
your performance, you are not performing well, beta. Seriously, you need to work very hard. You need to practice by writing the answers correctly. Okay. So that's why only you will be going to score very good marks. Otherwise it will be very hard for you. Means every student, Madhya, you also, and you, Jaslin, you are not performing. Not every, means Ridwan, your answer, you try to answer the question, but your answer is not appropriate because it seems that you have not prepared. It's you have not prepared. I'm sure you are not prepared. If you have prepared, then you could answer the questions. So everyone is requested to answer the questions properly. I'm not sending the marks. I'm just giving you one chance that let it be. So the next class, I will send your marks, exact marks to your parents, that how you are reporting, and the video lectures of this one also, that the how you are